Hi, I'm a targeted individual in NYC, and I just wanted to make a video, as always, to enlighten and continue to provide information about my targeting. You know, we don't know how long, especially target individuals, we have until it's the last time, right? And I know with me, things are changing worse and worse, but I would rather have to say everything I need to say. So when whatever horrible things happen to me, I have these testimonies, and also I want to enlighten people. I want to make sure that people, um, uh, everybody is anybody who's interested and is aware and wants to know about target individuals and what's happening, they can use this as a resource. Now, I've been making videos for a while now. I think my first one was made in 2020. It's 2023 now. And so it's been a while. And I've been depicting things over and over. Things haven't changed in the sense of the tactics, just the intensity. And today I want to make a video about how now an update how my memories have been extremely played with, manipulated, and obviously, and it's just like it's like do you know when it's so obvious that this memory is obviously being played with in real time. You can feel your memory literally being changed. Uh, it's a weird. They use different ways of manipulating my memories. There's memories where they completely falsify, make me experience perception that I've never experienced before, but to a point where it's just super obvious. It's not even like It's not like you have doubts that this is a false memory. It's extremely, you have no doubts. Now, I've made a video about memory manipulation. I think in 2020, yeah, in October 2021 or 2020. I believe it was in October 2020. And this is just a part two of that because it's been extremely played with. Now, there's all kind of level of falsifying memories. One of them right now, for example, right now, there, in my last video, I talked about how they do this disturbing pedophilia centric, disturbing tormenting, where they force you to experience disturbing things when you look at a child, when you and they purposely do this shit, these things. I'm sorry for the language, um, to disturb you. And so now what they're trying to do to feel like you should accept what they're doing to you, or you should be fearful to what they do to you, is they're trying, and this just happened now, and that's why I'm making this video now, because I know my memories are changing quickly. I don't know if I'll be able to even experience that, be able to explain that in the future. I'll probably be lost in the way they want me to have this memory. And there's one specific moment shortly after V2K started. So late August, late, and that's the first my speech to late 2019, around fall, winter, or like early 2020. So late 2019, I'm talking about fall time, winter time, and 2020. And I was getting the disturbingness to the fullest. I mean, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. And I remember going to the gym and experiencing this disgusting feeling. And, in my brain, they were like, oh, were you going to the gym? Were you coming back from the gym? But when I was, going to the gym, I got this disturbing stimulation. When this kid was looking at me, I looked at this kid, they gave me this disturbing stimulation. It was just so disgusting. It was so nasty. And they have the ability to change and make you have emotions and sensation that you don't. You organically have that. So, what they're trying to do now is try to make me think that this happened before August 19, 2019, when these horrible things started. Like, I was a target individual. I was getting gaslighted. I was getting gang stalked. But B2K started in August 2019. And so what they're doing right now is to try to change this memory that happened way after, like a few, 4 months after, and make me feel that this happened before, for the sole purpose to create this narrative that you felt this way before those days, which is falsified. It's clear. And what they do is like they try to have those battles in your brain where trying to like, okay, when exactly, what date, what month, was it like, were you coming back from the gym, were you going to the gym, like you see, and they try to confuse you like that. Just in the end, try to make you accept this false version of the memory. It's disturbing, but this is not the only thing. Right, this is like, and this just happened not too long ago, and this is why I was like, okay, let me just make a video now, because I always plan to make a video about what is happening to my memories. Memories are literally being removed, manipulated, falsified, changed on a daily basis. Every day there's something else to change every day, and tonight I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna wake up completely different. At night, that's when you sleep, is when they completely erase you more and more. I think when you're not conscious, they can do more things to your brain. They can manipulate you more toward your brain. Now, at least I have my neighbors. My neighbors continuously warn me. That's what they call it, warning. It's not really warning. They just want to create anxiety, stress, and make me think of those things where they like, well, you're gonna get framed and you're gonna get raped in your butt, things like that. We're talking about some next door neighbor, childlike individuals, sound like children themselves. It's like, and they use this like childlike voice, oh, you're gonna get raped. Like, it's just disturbing to create some stressful thoughts. Now, regardless of what's gonna happen to me, I always say this. Now, I do not want to have none of this happen to me. But if I had to trade life, I'd rather die this way and deal with whatever I'm going to deal with than live a life where this, as a normal functioning person, I do this for a living. Obviously, I'd rather have none of that happening to me. But there's two options of doing what they do, living that way, or dying this way. I would rather die this way. This is a pathetic, low life, sad, disturbing way of living. And every time they try to pretend like, no, we're doing it for what you've done to this person and this, and I know who these people are. I know how horrible and disturbing they are. If they're capable to force you to not only feel this way toward children, you understand they have no problem torturing children. There's not a normal person who can do this at that point and not be so compromised that they can do these things to children or women, which they have. I know that. I've heard the testimony. This is the reason why I found the strength to speak and make videos and put those on and put that on YouTube. I know people know who that I'm talking. I have mask, but I know that they know, right? And I don't care. I just know I'm not gonna make it easy, but I just want to make sure that regardless of what happened, I'm glad I'm never sold my soul to whatever entity with this pedophilia-centric culture that they have to do these horrible things. Now, I know who's responsible of putting me in this program. Even that, they're trying to manipulate my memories to make me think otherwise. Because, as I said before, these people use a lot of psyops and cover-up. With me, they're trying to play these protectors, progressive activists, feminists, and the people who put me in this program are far, far from progressive. Matter of fact, you might say that they're opposite. They are the contrary of everything that you think progressive in this country. But they're very influenceable, very influenceable. If I say the name, you'll know. Right? Everybody do business with them. Some people don't even know that they purchase things from them. They are very influenceable and they're very big in the political scene. So I know these people put me in this program, and these people are trying to create their fantasy. They create their reality, but they're just manipulating my brain and act accordingly. start pretending that this is, and they like to warn me every time I say things that put things back in perspective. So my memories have been super changed. I mean, it's been erased, it's been changed, it's been falsified. I mean, this memory I just said, this just right now comes in my mind. But even now, I'm trying to think of all the other stuff, which is a lot of things. But a lot of those memories consist of a different narration, a different perceptions, a different sensation, and so perverted at times, so disturbingly perverted. The memories of, for example, things that before August 2019, not like just the thing earlier I talked about, when I was younger, when I was a kid or something, they have changed that into something so disgusting. The memories before August 19, to try to make me accept this disturbingness, they have manipulated them to include these perceptions that I have now. So whatever I'm experiencing now, they try to implement that in those memories. Today, right now, what I just said about earlier about this memory, where this thing happened, but it was before, and they see, even me speaking is being overridden by them. They can control your speech. This thing that happened to me when I was going to the gym or coming back from the gym after August 19, 2019 is now trying to make me think of that before then. It's so disgusting. It's so nasty. And they're trying to make me accept this stuff. And right now they have a battle in my brain trying to make you have these dialogues where it's like, was it before? Was it when you're going to the gym or when you're coming to the gym? And so now that's how they start building the breaking down of your memories. And they get you to force yourself, like, think. No. It was after August 19, 2019, these horrible things started, and then I get the disturbing experience. Now, I'm just saying that for target individuals, you will experience disturbing memory manipulations. For me, they're just trying to erase me and recreate me in this fashion. As I'm speaking right now, as I'm putting things in perspective, as I'm calling out, they're obviously trying to make me imagine this memory to be before this thing started. Because they want to say, oh no, you see, you felt it before, so really we're not doing anything to you. So you see that when in reality is obviously it was way after I was targeted. And I don't have doubts about it. But tomorrow, or in 2-3 days, this will change. I will be like, oh my gosh, when exactly? What was it? What? Chances, oh no, maybe it was. Oh no. When I have no doubts. I have absolutely zero doubt that it was after I was targeted. And so much I have no doubt that this is a memorable time in a disturbing way, because that was the worst feeling I felt. It was so disgusting. That's when I was like, wow, you guys can do that too? You can make me feel this way? And it's so disgusting. So now in my brain, as I say that, they like try to slowly go back before that they started. Now, I know tomorrow I'm going to experience something else. So this is why I'm saying it now. It's because my memories, I guess, will be digital. Because I'm not going to experience this the same way. And they're like, oh, they're going to do this to you. They're going to do that. They're going to add agitation. I'm not going to this manipulation cannot be been. I cannot be this. I'm going to experience the memories the way they want me to experience. It does that. My brain is going to be overrained, changed, and whatever. People are going to try to make me feel, and then they try to scare you and use fear tactic for you to start accepting this as, it's like, no, I just no longer experience it the same way. Now this is changed to a time period that's different from reality. Truth is, this was way after August 19, 2019. When I mean way after, it's not way after. It means like it was fall, winter 2019 or early 2020. But I cannot forget that disturbing feeling. I can never forget that disturbing feeling, and I will never forget that was right after. And I couldn't believe they do these things. And I know, and now it's being erased, and try to make you feel like it's just not a thing that was happening before. And I say that, I hear the V2K talking to me, and they say like, oh, we knew that was gonna happen. Look, they do very basic gaslighting. The technology is so sophisticated that the acting doesn't have to be. The manipulation doesn't have to be. They don't have to be the best actors. It's so childlike sometimes. You're like, oh my gosh, this technology is too sophisticated for them to. So what I'm trying to say is, to all the target individual, they are rewiring you, even your brains, even your memory, even your speech, all your function is being just changed and manipulated. And understand that just gotta be strong in the sense that just know that even if you don't experience memory the same way, even though you know this memory is falsified, even though you know this memory have been changed in timeline, even if your memory, just understand that, don't subscribe to it. I'm thankful that I have some perps that are childlike. They're so unbelievable. Like they're so just childlike. I know they're just trying to agitate me. What I'm worried about is my brain. It's my memory. That not experiencing my memory the same way, having my brain changed to this point where even an obvious timeline is being changed to something else because the purpose of them creating this false narrative. Right? And the perps makes sometimes even validate me by the way they sound, like, oh, kill yourself. Hurt yourself. No. And in my initial video, in my memory video, please check it out. And this video I made in 2020, so it's almost 3 years now. It's 2 and a few months. I mentioned how they were messing with memories, and my last thing I said was, is there gonna be a time where my memory, I will believe or subscribe to this memory? And I think now they get to the point where my memories can be erasable, and I could not even figure out, and the thing is, what they're doing to make me feel like I have to battle or have to have this back and forth is, oh, some people are watching this and believing it. No, anybody who's seeing this happening or involved in this, they know that they're playing. They're part of. They're involved in this. They know that they have capability to change your memory into something else. And I called it out before it happens. Like, I think the next day they're just slowly just changing my memories. It's like things are just being obviously changed, and they've been making it more obvious. Now, obvious or not obvious, you're still gonna experience it. Like you're gonna experience the change. You can't do nothing about it. But what you can do is have a moment like that where this is a learning time, like it's a time to share this video, make a video, talk about what they're doing, how they're doing this, and the process of what they're doing to you, what they've been doing to me, in order to create this false persona, this pedophilia persona, which is obviously them doing this to me. They have been recreating my memories in different fashions. Sometimes they change the timeline, which in this case is what they did for this memory, where they literally changed the timeline of the pedophilia stuff they were doing to me, but try to bring it back before the August 19, 2019, so they can be like, oh, you see, you failed out. And it was before you claimed that, which is obviously not true. There was late 2019, 2020, like it was like during that time, and it was obviously, I remember clearly that was way after when I was already dealing with this disturbingness. It was just so disgusting. But my brain is just going away to the point where I can't even, I can feel it fading away and changing to a time before that. So they can say, oh, you see, that's proof. It's like, no, this is another memory manipulation where you're changing the timeline. But beside the timeline manipulations, where something you experience, they try to change when you experienced it so they can create a narrative. And in this case, something I experienced because they made me experience this disturbingness. Something they do is they make you experience different perceptions of that. I've talked about it before, but I mean intense. Like different perception of something. If let's just say there's something where there was a child around, oh, they're gonna change the memory to include that same stimulation that they make you experience today. And so you see, we proved. You see, you're feeling this in that memory, so that means that's true. That they continue to do that. Non-stop. And every time that happens, like, oh, they're going to kill you, they're going to pray for it, you're going to pray for your death, because they're torturing me. Usually they're just destroying my organs. I can feel my organs just slowly just fading away. And so that's why I'm making this reality check. You know, I gotta say what I can say, And to all my target individual, I just want to say this. I know what's happening to me is horrible. It's terrible. I will never wish that onto somebody. But I have to say something. As horrible as what I'm experiencing and what I will be experiencing, I just want to be thankful to God. Then, because I saw how low I could have been in my life, in a different fashion. I could have been like this pathetic, disturbing trash. I'm sorry. I don't like. They are losers, and it's funny. They're like, oh, we won because we're gonna override your thought. Yes, this is the technology. You cannot surpass it. They will take over your memories and change them the way they want. And they claim it to be a war. They're not a war. They're just gonna implement, and it seems like they're more in like research and development than war. But the research and the development is done on human beings, and they manipulate them and torture them. Now, they are, like I said, I'm thankful to God, and let me say that now, and I want to say that to all target individuals. As horrible and bad things are going for you, I know we're suffering. Nobody wants to suffer. Understand that you've seen what low is. We might be low in the sense that we're being tortured and suffering, but these humans involved in this that claim to be winners for doing the nasty things they do, that are involved in these things, that happen to have actually issue with pedophilia in those agencies responsible and participant in this program, are doing this daily, 24/7, to destroy somebody and make you subscribe to it. You know, they like to say that we expose you, we do this. Like, they live a fantasy where things are projected. They've been exposed. Look how these disturbing people are. Day in and day out, they try to change you, and you're like, no, I'm not subscribing. You're being exposed. For example, these articles that come out saying, look at these people, they are disgusting things. You know, it's not even the conspiracy theories coming out like, oh, there's pedophilia patterns, and no. It's an issue that's clearly there, based on the FOIA files, the CIA files that comes. Like, it's clearly there's issues there regarding pedophilia in those agencies. Now, these people work day in and day out to break your brain down, to change you into something else daily, day in and day out. They're exposing themselves how disgusting these people are. They're exposing themselves to show how disturbing they are. That you are dedicating your life to try to make me accept these things that you manipulate me via this DARPA and other entity technology, which have issue with pedophilia within the walls in those Langley and Pentagon offices, to try to change me into something else, and you call it a war when you're doing this to somebody who's defenseless, a civilian, and where you don't even put yourself at risk, you're just doing it remotely. I am so thankful, and I am so thankful that I am on the righteous side of things. Now, I don't want to be tortured. I don't want to suffer this way. But this suffering has a sense of dignity. These people might be living a more lavish life. I don't know if it's a good life. A more lavish life, a more comfortable life, I should say. Maybe not lavish. But do you know how little it would take to break them mentally? Because they have put so much effort in doing horrible things to people that I can only imagine that themselves, their self, their integrity is so close to be broken down because they have sold the soul to pedophiles, to be honest. That's what I say. They sold the soul to entities that have taken the soul. They're messing with our soul, they're destroying our soul, they're doing all these things to, but they sold their soul. So to all my target individuals, understand, as much as they try to break you down day in and day out, 24/7, under your roof, changing you, breaking you, do not subscribe to this. I'm telling you, your memories, they'll change everything. And if you feel that you're going away, leave a piece of yourself somewhere. I make this reality, these testimonies because maybe I will not be around in X amount of months or years, whenever time comes. I'm just thankful to God. I've seen what, and let me say, I'm not a perfect man. I'm not a saint, but they're changing my imperfections and turning them into these pedophilia things they do to me. Whatever ways they can try to break you, they're going to try to make you accept this false persona. But I've been validated in so many ways that it's almost unexplainable. So when I pray, and I want to tell to all target individuals, find something that gives you strength, and prayer does give me strength. I never ask for me to be saved out of this issue, or because that most likely won't happen. But I pray that I maintain strength. I never subscribe to this disturbingness they've done to me, and to never let them live their fantasy, and let them see themselves for what they are. They've been seen for themselves for what they are because they've been exposed. But things like articles like that comes up with things like that, and they, and it's not like a super dark company. Like it's a mainstream exposing these people. While they work day in and day out to break you down and change you and manipulate you, you stay strong. Things come out to expose them. You stay strong. You see how delusional they get. You see how childlike they have to be. How disgusting they have to be. And then yes, you'll suffer, you'll die if that happens. But at least you lived and see how disturbing life could have been if you were on the other side. Can you imagine living that life? Life is tough. You don't, as a target individual, we have extra hard life. We don't. It's not even a life. Everything is aligned to be a misery. But real life also have tough. Like it's not paradise, and they're not in paradise. So they're gonna face difficulties. But those moments they involve themselves doing these horrible things to people. When they like to call themselves their gods, just to agitate me. Obviously, I don't think they believe they're gods. But they like to say that to agitate me, and so I'm sure some of them probably believe they're God. They have God like because they have the technology that can do so much things. They're like, we're your God, we're God, and obviously you see them, it's like, okay, you don't obviously you don't believe that, but you calling yourself God, I'm sure you're gonna be shown who's God. So I just want to wrap up. Memories are completely being manipulated and erased. But I talked about it a while ago, almost 2.5 years ago. Now it's definitely more intense because within time you are losing more and more of yourself. And so to all target individuals, stay strong. Don't subscribe to this disturbingness. They'll work day in and day out to break you down. Stay strong. And I pray that I'm thankful to God that I never lived that on that side of the fence. I never did these things to people. And so now they tell me how I'm gonna be framed. They're waiting for you. Wherever you're gonna go when you get framed, they're gonna be your God. Whatever happens, God give me strength. And for those involved, let them see themselves for what they are, and I know you're gonna take care of them the right way. Now, to all you target individuals, stay strong. No justice will be done, and do not subscribe to their disturbingness.